Hello, I am the Reading Rainbow Emperor, and tonight I am recording Galaxy's Edge Kill Team by Jason Ansbach and Nick Cole. Be sure to check out the links down in the doobly-doo for all the other things that I do, and check out my Fiverr where I mentor people online for money. Classic. Sadly, this review is about one of my least favorite Galaxy's Edge stories. Uh, it's only an 8, I'm afraid to say. And it's not a 9 at all, or even a 10. I have standards, and I ask for my steak medium, not medium rare. Come on, guys. What are you doing? There are two major plots going through Kill Team, and while they work together to form a pretty decent book, I only really appreciated it on the reread. You see, I had just bought the great 3-in-1 deal that they had going on in Amazon. So I go through Legionnaire, I read Galactic Outlaws, and it's amazing. Masterpiece. Masterpiece. So then I hit Kill Team and I go, See, the plot for Kale Maydoun and the plot for Dark Ops Victory Team weave together, but it doesn't mean as much until you know how it goes down for them in Galactic Outlaws and Sword of the Legion. The writing's pretty good, but it doesn't have the great moments I really care to read about, except for when Kale and the Psycho Ex Legi frog talk it out while drifting through space. The action's kind of bland, except when Chun and the Psycho Ex Legi frog fight it out in the Donk Z infested ship. Sometimes action happened and then some dude will be dead, and I have to reread the relevant portions again to make sure I didn't miss it, or was it just they just completed it and they skipped over it? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a different editor for this one, or wrote two plot threads separately and then matched them together. Um, Certainly feels like there's two different fingerprints on it. It also the style is completely different. It also doesn't help that it doesn't yeah, span the world nearly as much as Galactic Outlaws did. The universe, I mean, not world. And instead, it just kind of stayed static, except for the introduction of the Z, which I refer to as Donks, and a real look into Nether Ops, especially Carnival, will be important later. While the introduction of both is very important, the focus of Kale Maydoun over Victory Team for the introductions of culture, secret ops, and other nonsense was necessary, but nothing really tasted inspired to me. It's a book that had to happen. Kale Maydoun is revealed to work for the secretive Carnival, nether ops of nether ops and 4 times as crazy. He acquires heavy ordnance for Scarpia, who brings him into his circles, but only after he uses the bombs he acquired to destroy the Chiasm and Camp Forge. Afterward, he uncovers the plot of the MCR to use a corvette filled with explosives and Savage Z to ram the planet Utopion, the capital of the Republic, and overthrow the House of Reason. By the end of it, Kale gets the information out by seducing Scarpia's squeeze, Alluria, and getting her to send the message to Netherops. His escape from the Corvette is foiled by the Donks, who demand that they are not alone in their suicide charge. Meanwhile, Victory Team is doing their Dark Ops thing, and shall we say, making the galaxy a better place for everyone who matters. Heck, they could kill House of Reason senators all day, and they know that the universe is becoming a better place for it. Finally, they hear about the Pride of Ankalor and its reckless suicide charge. The team invades it, and with Kale's help, they shut it down, capturing a bunch of MCR, Scarpia, and any donk stupid enough to surrender. Not surrender. And they're all that stupid. Scarpia is led to a certain planet where he discovers Goth Solus's fleet in hiding and becomes their arms dealer. Honestly, that last scene is pretty dang good. It's just right, just fantastic. So there's two different styles: Kale's narrative by Mr. X and Chun's memoirs. While neither are bad, Mr. X is kind of off and on, and Jun's style is very plain. It's a great contrast, and I appreciated it on the second read through, but the first bothered me. Honestly, I would have given this book a 6 or something, but the second read really pumped it up in my view. It solves the chiasm while we care about it. It establishes how Goth Solus's forces are armed with Legion class tech or better, and while Kale Maydoun was sent away from the Galactic Core. It shows how Carnival actually does things and gives a better look into the gap between the Legion and the House of Reason. Finally, it introduces and defines donks in a way that could be established for later books easily and quickly. Honestly, Kill Team is a necessary book, not in the way the previous two are, but in the way that these answers needed to be made in the appropriate timing, of course. Going back, I would have counseled the authors to have this as a side novel, perhaps, sell it as the secrets of the chiasm revealed, and so on and so forth. But then again, by the time I want to say Prisoners of Darkness, that's book 6, or Turning Point, book 7, are out, it might be too late to think about those things. I can only conclude that while Kill Team isn't my favorite book of the series, it is in the perfect place it needs to be. It's a good lesson to remember for any author. Imagine Legionnaire, Galactic Outlaws, Attack of the Shadows. Now, there's a breather instead before Attack of the Shadows. It builds anticipation to that next level. And Attack of the Shadows, ooh, that's one of my favorites. I do really enjoy that novel quite a bit. Hmm. Well, I've had some people tell me Kill Team is their favorite, so I guess it's not all that bad, but it's certainly not the flavor I desire out of a Galaxy's Edge book. Attack of the Shadows is next week. That's one I've been really waiting to review. And to all the Legies out there, KTF, and always make them pay. Link to Kill Team and all the other things I do in the world down in the doobly doo. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You're all wonderful. Have a great evening.